Hey, I'm Matt Iovanni. I'm a partner here at Full Funnel, and this is this week's Go-to-Market Extract. The reality is that Clay.com coined the go-to-market engineering term. Essentially, it was someone who can work inside of a tool like Clay and create workflow automation to sort of, get an A to B outcome. This person isn't so much a salesperson or a marketing person, but it's a semi or pretty technical individual who can leverage workflow automation programs like Clay.com as an example. The problem I have with go-to-market engineering is it doesn't mean anything, and I still don't think it does. I think what I'm seeing in the market right now is actually really funny, which is that there's a lot of people who have interacted with Clay, either as a person at a company or an executive, that now is essentially positioning themselves as go-to-market engineers. Some of them are opting to open up their own consultancy with very, very limited knowledge of how you actually use these programs. A lot of these executives have buzzwords. They kind of understand it broadly, and they're positioning themselves as AI experts. The reality is that a go-to-market program is a function of having a set of data that you're focused on, being able to parse that data in a way where you can distillate who you should focus on, why you should focus on those individuals, and then be able to interact with those individuals across different medium, whether it's outbound like email, phone, and social, or inbound like paid advertising, or develop content programs around topic clusters that are associated with that particular distilled ICP. And the reality is that about a year ago, you had to be relatively technical to be like a go-to-market engineer and actually do it. Interestingly, over the last 2 months, something that I've been keenly aware of and very focused on is how tools like Claude have really lowered the barrier for non-technical folks to build technical workflows. And so now I sort of think about this in sort of two lenses. To me, the most important person is always like a go-to-market architect. Now, I stole that term from Millie Beetham. I really like that particular term. It's the person who understands what you're trying to create, the pieces, and can build effectively a lucid chart or a workflow diagram that explains like what you're trying to accomplish A to B. The go-to-market engineer layer is kind of my orchestration layer. So here is where someone takes that lucid chart and then can essentially workshop that into a workflow that gets you from point A to point B that then can deploy at scale. So go-to-market engineering, I'm not a huge fan of that term, even though we use it all the time at Full Funnel, because just like revenue operations, I don't actually think that the market thinks it means anything. And for that reason, it is something that I try to avoid painting sort of a broad brush on.